So we got a special guest today, and before I tell you who it is, the first time I saw this car, I'm just going to show you my reaction. This is from 2015, FD Long Beach. I just was not about it. And not for any particular reason other than I was being a hater. It's a front-wheel drive car converted to whatever, and I don't know, I come from grassroots drifting, and that's weird to me. But it's got a batshit V8, crazy headers, sounds crazy, and the man, the myth, the legend, Tanner Foust drives it like a madman. So I obviously have nothing respect for somebody who drives like that. Long time no see.
It has been a long time.
How you doing?
I'm good. Your shop's changed.
It's quite different.
Yeah, you got first of all, you got a boat, which I respect.
Yeah, that's Brian Scotto's. It sits there, looks nice. That's about it.
It's funny because I've seen, I don't know, 12 or 15 cars or piles of things, and everybody says, "Oh yeah, that's Brian Scotto's." It sits there.
Yeah, that's the truth about it.
Yeah,
but this is yours. Let's check it out real quick. So I was just telling the people the first time that I saw this thing. I don't know if you saw this video.
Yeah, I know. That was my thought too. Actually, you know where this goes from here is to get some rear seats put in it, which is really kind of what this thing is all about.
This is going to turn into a drift taxi?
A little bit of a drift taxi.
So, all right, Volkswagen Passat. It's no surprise that you're a professional sponsored driver, so you have sponsorships. They require things or ask things from you. So, I mean, this is one of those things.
So I was doing the 240 for a while,
yeah,
and then met Papadakis, and Stefan was like, "I want you to come drive for AEM. You can drive anything you want as long as it's a 350Z." I'm like, "Sweet, let's do it." It was my first kind of paid gig,
Yeah.
Then after that, drifting kind of started to get a little crazy, and I like the idea of being a little bit disruptive about stuff. So
right.
When we built the Scion with the NASCAR motor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We'd heard about these.
Can I interrupt you there?
Yeah,
the Scion with the NASCAR motor, we were talking about it earlier because, I showed some of my coworkers the video that I just showed you, and then it brought me back to the Scion TC, and I remember not actually disliking that car when it came out because anytime you drove by, my chest rumbled from that V8. That car was gnarly. It was fast as shit.
It was gnarly.
Way ahead of the curve, I think.
That was like Stefan's, how it actually worked was
right.
really Stefan Papadakis. So he put the G-force transmission in there, which now is like a standard for drifting. I mean, there's a lot of things that car had that really have become standard.
Right.
And this car was also supposed to be a little bit disruptive. The rules changed, so now you can't really move the firewall if you actually want to compete in Formula D. You can't ham it or anything. So, fitting a motor up here, it becomes a little bit tricky. So this has got a built LS7.
Wait a
It's about as light as you can get for the power.
So this is why it sounds this way.
So the problem with putting all the heavy stuff as close to the firewall as you can is that there's not enough room for the exhaust. So the exhaust really needed to come forward in order to get accumulated into one pipe. So this is an 8-to-1 equal length sequential collector, and then it shoves it all to the back. And so that's why it sounds weird, because you hear every single firing instead of every other one.
I wouldn't call it weird. It sounds amazing. Yeah.
Equal length. Every single one.
All of that's equal length.
So,
I did that in 12 hours. He showed up with pipe bender and a bunch of pipes.
No way.
So basically, you had to shove this against the firewall, and then you're like, oh, where's my exhaust going to go? And then this is the answer to that?
This is the this is the answer to it looks like something out of a movie.
That's an amazing answer if you ask me. I mean, 8-to-1 and it sounds like a Ferrari.
Like a Ferrari, you can hear every single cylinder fire because of the equal length part.
What's the backup plan? What's the backup plan if you crash the front end?
I've done that, and it did bend some stuff. backup plans. Did you get this where? Are you here in life because of having all these backup plans?
Fact.
I've had to have
Fact.
a backup plan.
Your boy has no backup plans.
I made this in 12 hours. The backup plan is call that guy.
Call that guy.
Seriously,
12
we need
hours.
it by 2 p.m. tomorrow.
The initial backup plan is don't fucking crash it.
Don't crash it.
Is this an LS7?
What the
I get to be in an episode because I go way back with Tanner, except somehow I didn't age well, and Tanner still looks Zac Efron-esque.
Yo, the little. I've never seen that.
That's man stuff now. He's got a little man
Giant.
stuff now.
There's a long one. This one's long right here.
Does he qualify
This
for
is like-
beard life, or is it like?
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
But is this an LS7 or a W8? That's what I want to know.
It's an LSW8.
Okay. Now, why did you guys put the engine so far back? Was that a Steph thing, or did you work with Andretti on that? Did Andretti get involved in that?
No,
early on,
the
or is that all
Andretti
Steph?
wasn't tied into this one. Oh, look at
Factory
that.
hood mount.
Yeah,
It has factory unlock buttons, and it can the mirror switch too.
Perfect.
I noticed.
Well,
I went in your car. I looked.
convenience.
In it because I was trying to figure out how I was going to sit in it and do a burnout later. But
Yeah, because well, that's what we want to talk about. Is this still owned by Rockstar Energy?
No, it's
No.
mine.
Oh, so that means you have permission to give someone the right to drive it, right? Hert, am I looking out for you or what? I would drive it, except I really
could
don't know what I'm doing.
That setup was so far from a mile away. Are you kidding? So the engine you want back, just for weight distribution. We built it to compete in some rounds, and we did that, and actually, did okay for what we set out to do. But it was more about, we'd been with Volkswagen for a long time, and we'd wanted to do some disruptive stuff. We'd wanted to connect them to a market they've never been connected with, really on the track anyway. So that's what this car was really about. And it's lived a good life, and now with the back seats, we'll get to go do cool events. Have a good life.
Oh,
Yeah.
Can I call
Yeah.
ride along?
Yeah.
I want to be a ride along. Hert's gonna want to drive it. I just want to ride along. Let me ask you this: you came from two-time champion, and then you came back. How is it coming back?
There's three things that changed, right? The car has progressed for sure.
Steering angles.
Setup, steering angle was crazy. Power was double. The drivers had progressed to be more matched with their cars. They've been on the same tracks for 10 years, so had pretty much dialed the cars for the tracks. And the judging had changed. What was wanted, from the cars had really completely done a 180.
About the proximity game.
Yeah, there was no longer like a radar gun, and it wasn't about like a real big commitment of speed or anything like that. It was really about an angle and proximity, which I love the proximity thing. We sort of built the car a little bit towards the old judging maybe, but drifting's fun. That's what it's about. So
What'd you say?
it was a good time. It's fun. Drifting is fun.
how dare you say that?
Don't hate my V8.
How dare you?
That's honestly one of my favorite things about drifting still, is you go out and you just cruise it, even when you're just sitting there sweating your ass off and waiting in line to get out there, and you just see these smoking cars coming off the track after their practice runs, and it's like the most ridiculous spread of cars and engine combinations and freak show setups with camber and all kinds of weird ass alignments.
That's the thing that's always, I'm going to be honest, has always attracted me to Formula Drift, because like the normal grassroots drifter will look at this car. Let me show you that video, me being disgusted by it. But at the end of the day, I warmed up to it because just how you said, all of the Formula D cars, every single one of them is insane. And if you are a driver and you say you wouldn't want to drive one of those cars for the experience, I think you're f***ing crazy.
It's still the best thing about drifting. Completely. And that, everybody has a different driving style. I see a corner differently than you see it. Even if we go through and we get the same time.
These are the only corners that I know. This is
Fair.
Tanner knows me well.
Right now,
Tanner
you're
knows me.
scoring.
Really?
Do we need to talk about
What's
Boost? Because actually, 6 or 7 years ago, the first time I met him and hung out with him, he found a gross picture of. I've seen things about him that none of you ever want to see because of this man, and we'll leave it right there.
Well, no, because he found this picture, and then Tony Angelo says, I was so bummed. I'm like, well, everybody's seen my embarrassing picture. And Tony goes, that's okay, I have one too, and shows me his embarrassing picture, and I'm like, I really didn't need to see that, Tony Angelo.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so I'm just some kid hanging out at a table with a bunch of gross dudes. And now we're hanging out together at a shop.
Let's get back to Formula Drift. I want to talk about the engines. What other motorsport do you see 4, 6, 8, and 10 cylinder engines? That's the other thing about all the freak show builds, but all the different power plants. No other motorsport in the world.
I'll give it to Jim and Ryan because they've done a great job at keeping it free. Yeah, it's much tighter. The rules are much tighter, and they have to be for safety reasons and equality and stuff like that. But they've let it be free to where my style is different through a corner than yours, so I can build a car that suits my style. It's going to have a completely different balance, completely different engine configuration, all that kind of stuff in order to work for me, but it's going to get judged by the same people. So it's...
I have a question. You didn't compete this year, right?
No.
Did you watch it all? Do you keep up? Like, is it something that you have time for? Because I know you're a busy dude.
I haven't watched it on TV in a while, but I get the press releases and I check in with, Dye mainly. So. I love that Dye's freaking done such a big comeback.
Yo, his comeback this year, I loved his driving this year.
I had such a slump. Tried to dial in new cars, struggling, and now all of a sudden at Irwindale he was on fire.
You know what happened?
Looked so good.
You know what happened?
He came here. He got
won.
his mojo back here.
Well, all right. Well, not on that. I'm telling you why. You know why he fell off, as you were saying. He won the championship, and then the visor disappeared.
Oh, the mojo with
the visor disappeared.
The visor and the hair.
Yeah.
Discount tire visor.
And then he came here. We scumbagged him into doing manline.
And then his English got too good, too.
His English got too good. I had challenged him to say creme brulee.
Does that turn you?
And he said it with ease, and I'm like, oh.
Does that turn you off about him now?
Yeah, I miss the Fabi. I miss the Fabi guy. There's something that mysterious little coquettish eyes, like, I don't know. When he covers his mouth when he laughs.
Oh my gosh,
Talking
John.
about good shows, though. Tell me about your cohorts. Rut and Adam, what's going on there? I see social
we got some stuff in the
and
works with the three of those guys. We haven't shot anything, but we'll get something back. We had a great time with Top Gear. We shot 150 days a year, so we've enjoyed a little bit of time off. We've each discovered that we have other interests sometimes.
Is that where the beard came from?
That's where the beard came from. Yeah. The beard is
it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress.
Definitely.
I'm at least 2 years in. God,
are we done talking about this car?
I don't know. You guys are talking about pics and shit.
Hey, no one said VP. No one said the VP. So the steering wheel is removable.
Yeah.
So that means someone could take it out and potentially get into it if I hold it for them, and they could potentially.
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Somebody can take it out so that somebody else.
I think somebody can hold the camera. This is your chance. This is your chance, Hert. Go.
That does not look like a place for me to even be.
I think it's a Hert. I think it's a Hert.
Do you mind if I sit in it just for the feel?
Just let's go.
Just
let's
for
go
the feel.
for the feel.
Of course, get in there. Yeah, of course.
Oh! I think we have something.
Like
I think we have something.
Gazelle.
I think you can see that. See this? If he sits, he fits. So.
If the glove fits you. You're in.
How you feeling? Confidence is high?
Definitely do a burnout.
Gosh, that's
Stuck in
awesome.
it.
Oh my gosh.
I like the dead pedal that's welded into the cage.
Oh man, I need a dead pedal.
Really?
Yeah. I like a good solid dead pedal.
Just to rest up?
Is that
This
your-
is
Push yourself
No,
in?
push
I
in.
feel like I'm cuddling. I feel like the car's just.
Are you? Is it?
Yeah?
Is it cuddling you right now?
This is holding me tightly.
You look-
Very tightly, a little too tightly.
That's the big booty feel. No.
Man, that really grabs your hips. Ooh.
No problem.
I'm gonna give this back to Hert.
Clean break.
back to Hert.
That with a beer equals.
Well, no, Hert didn't have to bring up the whole let's not. Can we cut to the part where we don't talk about that?
Listen, a part of the interaction in daily transmission is that most of the guests that come here we have history with.
I know.
So we have to share some history sometimes. It's just the way that it goes.
That was a good night. I got in a fight with Vaughn Gittin too that night.
Oh, yeah?
He wouldn't do a shot. By the way, Vaughn, I'm calling you out. Wouldn't do a shot, and then he threw the shot at me. He threw the drink at me, and then I threw my drink back at him, and that's when it kind of unraveled that night.
I remember
that. Yeah,
I actually think I remember Vaughn throwing a bunch of barbecue sauce packets that night.
Exactly. Yeah, not cool.
Let's hear this bad boy. That sounds so good, I'm not gonna lie.
Crazy sounding.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah,
Hey, this thing,
Sounds good. Are you gonna do a burnout? Oh!
you get it right along?
You gonna do burnout?
yeah. What the f*** is he thinking?
It's on fire!
Who do you have to thank for this, sir? Who do you have to thank for this?
Are you ready to see the best burnout?
No.
Stop this.
Oh, you go for seconds? Yeah.
I don't know if I can, I literally don't know if I can shift in that car. So it'll be a clutch pump, that's it.
Wow, the throttle response is bananas. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh my God.
This is crazy.
Hert is scared to drive someone's car.
Well, because of this motor and everything.
Yeah.
Go to reverse. Go to first.
Okay.
Yay! Gee.
All right.
Might as well just do a little bit of a burnout to get going.
All right, all right.
Yeah! This thing is crazy!
Holy. What is Tanner doing?
He's...
Why is Tanner, why are you letting us do this?
I don't know. It's awesome, though.
All right.
Here we go.
Because it feels
amazing.
You should stay in here and ride with him.
Wow. And then brake.
That means he's got a good car.
Yeah.
That means he got a good car. Then brake. But it's your turn. Woo! Shit, Brandon, that car's nuts. I've never been in a V8 that revs like that. That car revs faster than my rotary, and it revs fast as shit. God damn. That just gave me the biggest and unfortunate V8 boner. Because that's not what I need right now. That is not what I need right now.
Whoa. No, I can't see anything.
Alright, let's try going up the ramp.
Okay. Yeah, this thing whips really hard. Whips really hard. Like, I'm sure it helps the driver.
That fucking drivetrain is a gift.
What?
It's a gift to all of us.
Where is
stupid.
He can't even do that.
God damn it! Oh, so glorious!
Oh my God! So much smoke everywhere, look!
Forget the man line. He can't even do 2 donuts without wasting all of Long Beach.
I gotta try to go up the ramp, but I want to wait.
Oh, you're not done?
No, we gotta go through it. Oh,
Yo,
That is the snappiest car I've ever been in my life.
Rotated so
fast.
I've never seen
So
something
fast.
so big rotate so fast.
this drivetrain is a gift to all of us. It is amazing.
It was bananas inside.
He had proximity on that one.
Yeah, you can
and
see.
that one in the same donut.
That's one of the most beautiful sounding setups I've
right here, right?
Yo, it's so good. It's so good.
We gotta go up the ramp. It's just
He's not done scumbagging himself.
Really?
First he let me drive it.
This is him
then
warming
he beat
up
the
to
shit
death.
out of it.
This is him warming up to
Oh,
death.
that's where I'm
And
sitting.
now he's gonna go manline it.
Get in.
Oh,
Get in.
so you're gonna do a man line now?
I'm gonna try to get under the audio just a little bit.
Okay, a little bit.
I'm safe in here. Jesus.
Just happened.
Man, that was awesome. That was crazy. Crazy!
My goodness. My goodness. First try both ways. And the biggest drip car that's ever been here.
Whoa!
What?
What just happened?
Of course he wasn't worried about me
No!
driving this thing and bringing it because that shit was way ridiculous.
Man.
I forgot about all the smoke and drifting. Holy shit.
Not every, I don't know if you know this, but not every car smokes like that.
Is that regulation wind ramp? I think that was about as big as a car you could get down that ramp.
I didn't think you were going to go down it with angle, and you went down it with all the angle. That might be the best man line today. You know why he did that? He did that because you and Di are boys, so he had to let Di know.
Oh!
So Di might have to come back. Thank you so much for coming. Tanner Foust, legend in the game.
Damn.
That's a rap. That was amazing. That's a wrap.
Like this.